greedy best first search, which was done right before this. So to start off, we're importing from the copy module the deep copy function. Deep copy is basically going to create a temporary copy of our maze so we can edit it along the way. And so we're starting off right here, right away, compared to the GBFS, by initializing our maze, our end, and our start variables. And we're going to immediately set found to false, so because we have not found the end of the maze, as it is the start of the program. And to start off, we initialize our move function with current x and current y as discriminators. And we set steps, maze, path, and found to global variables so we can change them inside the function. If we don't make them, this is really important because if we don't make them global variables, then we get an unbound local error since they'd be outside, since they're initialized outside of the function, so they can't be changed inside of the function. And next, we're checking whether the end of the maze has been reached. It has not yet, as we stated up here. We have it set to false. If it is, then it will equal true. And next up, we have a try and accept block. So this ensures that the program does not try and access a position outside the boundaries of the path. So this stops the possibility of an index error, and it works by checking the value at the current coordinates. So if the value is positive, indicating it's been visited already, or if either of the values are negative, indicating it's moved outside of the bounds of the maze. If either happens, then it stops the current path and backtracks back to the previous one. And then for mark maze, we'll go over that a little more since it's a function down there, but basically it marks the current position on the path. And we increment our steps by 1 to keep track of the number of steps taken. Next, we check if the current position is a wall, and similar to the GBFS search, 1 represents a wall and 0 represents a passable area, and it returns false if it is equal to 1 and backtracks. That's right here. And next it checks if our current coordinates are equal to the end coordinates. So right there, if elif, current x, and current y are equal to end, then found equals true, and we return true. That means we have found our ending if found equals true. And then for movement, this is left because we're adjusting our x value by -1, so we're reducing it, so we're going left. And then up here, so we're decreasing our y value. And then right here, so we're increasing our x value, and down, so we're increasing our x value. And then next we have the mark maze function, which we access right up here to mark the current positions. So basically, what we do here is we're going through this to check whether we have reached the start end, and it also marks our the places that we have been. So if our current x and current y are equal to our start coordinates, which we initialized before, then we actually, in our path variable, which is basically a deep copy of our maze, we set that equal to s instead. And we do the same for the end, except we change it to e. And then we do the same for all other pieces of the maze, and we make them plus instead. But we only do that when we go over that certain area. And then next is our final function. This is basically just for printing everything. And so we start with our movements, and then print nothing. And then we print our moves, and we reverse them, obviously, because we're going from end to start, and then we print our steps taken, the number of steps taken. And so here is how it looks when it is ran. So it's very, very long. I'm just going to bring this all the way up. And it cannot fit on the terminal. But basically, we're going from step to step. We're checking every single place we can and appending that as a plus sign when we do find it. And if we go all the way down to our ending right here, we can see almost everything is a plus sign. And this maze is very, very big, so it cannot include all the movements it took to find the end, but it did take it 338 steps to take the end. And compared to the Greedy Best First Search, this was actually slower by about double the time. The Greedy Best First Search took 0.28 seconds, and this Depth First Search took 0.5 seconds. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we have a new algorithm to cover for solving mazes.